As we were discussing, this weekend's Republican presidential debate gave Congressman Ron Paul a mere 89 seconds to speak out of a 1-hour broadcast. Foreign policy was the debate's key issue, and with a topic so important to every American's security, why was his fiscally conservative message kept quiet? This, as the GOP hopeful raised almost $1 million on Veterans Day last Thursday toward his presidential campaign. Here to discuss are two United States veterans, former Air Force intelligence officer Lancia Stewart and former Army specialist Nathan Cox. Veterans, welcome to Freedom Watch. It's a pleasure to have you. Lancia, to you first. Is there a feeling amongst members of the military that the government is overextended, does too much, spends too much, is in too many countries, and it might be time to pull back?
Your Honor, I can't really speak for the entire military because inside of the military itself, there are so many different political views. But even inside of the military, sometimes we see that the government is spending money on things that could be spent on quality of life, could be spent on better war-making techniques, improving bases, things of that nature.
Nathan, you're wearing a uniform, you are a veteran, and you have a Ron Paul button on your uniform. I have read that Ron Paul receives more campaign contributions from active duty military than the other Republican candidates combined. Is this so? And if so, why is this so, Nathan?
Thank you for having me on, Judge. Well, you're right. It is true, and you can look at the FEC filing reports to, to back that up. And my belief, the reason why that percent is so high is because our troops realize that what we're doing overseas right now is not in line with what the Constitution, has put out for us as far as interventionism. We don't believe, or that percent of military veterans and people serving most likely believe that we should have a non-interventionist foreign policy that are very.
Got it. Lancia, you were an intelligence in the intelligence department of the Air Force, division of the Air Force, for over 20 years. A serious
Yes, sir, Master Sergeant in the Air Force.
Okay, a serious assignment, seriously concerned with the national security of the country. Who do you support for president and why?
I support Ron Paul, mainly because when he discusses where we should be going with the United States military, where he goes when it talks about the money being spent by Congress, he doesn't waver from his position. The Fed has not always been here. And knowing that during a recession that the Occupy Wall Street movement had to happen because Congress could not curb itself is a very serious issue. And as a military member, myself, my husband, who's a retired Marine, my friends in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps can be sent to all of these countries and in all of these conflicts, and without a clear vision as to why we're there, how long we're going to stay there, or what we plan to do while we're in country, puts us at risk for no apparent reason other than what might be construed as national foreign policy by those who don't know what that is.
Got it. Nathan, last question. The Army is volunteer. You volunteered to join the Army. Did you have a change of heart in your feeling about your assignment after you volunteered? Did you feel differently when you left than when you entered?
Yes, I did, Judge. It was actually, I deployed to Baghdad in October of 2007, and it was just a month or two later that a friend of mine back in the States told me to check out what Ron Paul was saying, which was obviously during the last presidential election. And that's exactly what I did. I looked on YouTube, I was watching the debates via YouTube, and I was watching his interviews on YouTube, and everything he was saying just made complete sense. So I started ordering books and blogging about it and sharing it with my peers and my leaders. And since then, I've just become a full-blown activist.
Got it. Lancia Stewart, Nathan Cox, thank you for the service you've given to the country, and thank you for joining us on Freedom Watch.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Earlier today, the Supreme Court made an announcement.